My name is Loretta Carter. I'm a liquidity analyst. I started working from home around March 17th. We got into the office, and then we've heard that Governor Wolf was going to put barriers in place that people had to work from home. Prior to the restrictions where we had to work from home, I would have to take a bus and the Broad Street line, which is a subway train, into the city. Then I would have to walk around 3 or 4 blocks to my office. Well, now I just come down to my desk that I had set up in my dining room as my workstation, and just log on to the computer. So it's much more better for me, and I like the adjustment. Working from home, there was some technological issues. First of all, we didn't have laptops. So my company had to order laptops for everybody. That took about 2 weeks. Then when we got the laptops, the gentleman that initially dropped off the laptop just handed it to me and said, "Here's your laptop." So when I went on to log in, it had none of my programs set up, and I had to work with the IT department in order to get me up and running. So for like 2 weeks, until we got the laptops, I was just twiddling my thumbs. There was no work for me to do, even though they paid me for it, but there was no work. And then after we got myself set up and running with our IT department, things started running smoothly. But it was an adjustment. The quarantine has really affected the way my company has done business. First of all, working from home, as I said before, nobody was set up to work at home. Secondly, normally we get like 200 filings a month of people filing bankruptcy, new filings. That has dropped considerably to about 40 that we had last month. And that affected 2 staff members that got furloughed. One couldn't work at home because she was like the receptionist, and the other one also couldn't work at home because a lot of her work was dealing with physical files. So it has made a great impact on my company and the business that we do. I miss the office camaraderie that I had with my coworkers. There's no personal interaction at all. It's just you at your laptop. So that's one of the drawbacks. And also I used to I worked in Center City. So on my lunch break, I would go shop at the new fast fashion district that just opened up. Or I was not too far from the Reading Terminal. Being at home, I'm really just cutting on the TV and looking at the latest coronavirus information and just grabbing a sandwich and then going back to work at my dining room desk space that I have set up. Working from home really doesn't really affect my relationship too much with my daughters. With Imani, she's either in school or she either asleep. When I get up at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock now, and I jump in the shower, come down, and kind of like have a routine. So I really don't see Monty or talk to Monty or communicate with Monty until I get off homework at 4:30. So it really hasn't affected my relationship with Imani. My partner is Bill. It really hasn't affected our relationship. Like I said, I keep myself on a strict schedule. Prior to quarantine, I would call him on my lunch break or either on my break and just check in on him and see how his day's going. It's about the same thing. I'll call him on my lunch break or my break and check in. So it really hasn't affected our relationship. My hope for the United States is that we find a cure for this virus. It's heartbreaking to see so many people dying every day. The shortages of the PPE that our health workers need, and just the service industry as a whole has really been impacted. Even the public transportation has been impacted. My hope for my job is that everybody who got furloughed get called back if we reopen. It's sad me to think that 2 of my coworkers don't have jobs anymore. So that's my hope for the country and also for my job.